Hello, good evening and welcome to the Virtual Racers Club. We're here on a Sunday evening for the HPEC, the Hybrid Performance Prototype, I should know what championship I'm talking about. The Hybrid Prototype Endurance Championship. We've had 2 rounds so far and we are here now for the 3rd round at Monza. I am having, oh awesome, my son's just brought me a latte and we are in Italy, so hey, do as the Romans do, as they say. Romans didn't come from Italy. Where did they come from then? No? No, well, go and read a book. No, go and read a book. I can't even. Yeah, you look up where Romans come from. So, we're here in Italy where the Romans didn't come from and invade most of the earth, but, you know, what can you do? That's the British education system today, people. I thought he was going to say Romania, to tell you the truth. So, there we can see Skyjacker is sitting on the top. He's don't see the top. JTX has done the fastest lap of 1:33.668. Lennon thinks I should go back to school because, well, I think. Oh, right. Yeah. No. And he's watched Life of Brian with me, which is amazing. Okay, so Skyjacker's sitting on top of the timesheets for some reason. JTX has got the fastest time. He's sitting in the pits. Oh, JTX is with us tonight. Where is he? I haven't seen his car yet. Oh, go out, JTX, so I can have a good look. So we've got 2 Finnish drivers. Quick up there in 10th, sitting in the pits. Not many people wanting to come out and show their hand. They're waiting for qualifying to start. And it should be starting very soon. Very, very soon indeed. So, I haven't got anything in front of me, to tell you the truth. I thought I was more ready than this. Let me have a little walk around. My son is dying to try. Do you want to come and say hello? You keep making all the noises in the background when I've asked you to be quiet. So, do you want to say hello to everyone?
Hi.
Okay. Have you got it out of your system? Oh, what? Romans? They come what? Sorry, do you want to say that? Sorry?
They come from Italy.
They come from Italy. Ah. Germany, yes. Okay. Right then. Well, thank God for Google. Hey. Bing. Google couldn't tell you, could it? They didn't know. Sounds unlikely to me. Anyway, go on then. Shut up. Can everyone shut up and go somewhere else? I'm busy. So, JTX is still showing the fastest time. Stevie Styler is there, top of the timesheets that we can see on track with a 1:33.831. 2.5 tenths behind him is Skyjacker. There's 3 minutes till qualifying. I've just got words through the email. So, Steve Styler, has he gone faster? Yeah, he's done another faster one, a 33.751. I'll tell you, I had a quick go this afternoon, only on the pad. Yes, and I'm not surprised because I had a quick go. What did I have a go in? A Porsche Hybrid, and they are monsters, man. It's you're braking into the corners. So I'm getting really dipped with camera angles with GT Sport lately. There we go. So yeah, you brake into the corners and you build up your boost, but then when you apply the accelerator, it just wants to go in a straight line. If you're not definitely facing the right way, and it's like at the top end of second gear, the torque sort of goes weird. and you don't get any traction. You can hear the wheels spinning before it kicks up into third gear. So coming out of corners, these things are deadly. They really are. You've got to really be careful when applying the accelerator. But it was fun. I did enjoy it. I don't know what time I set, nothing like that. It was in the 30s, but I don't know what. But it was on time trial. It wasn't in a lobby. So Stevie Styler then top of the timesheets, even though it says JTX has got the fastest lap time with a 33.668. Skyjacker. Okay, we can throw some of these around. He's driving a Porsche. He knows what I'm talking about when you're trying to apply that accelerator as you're coming out of... Am I even... Yeah, I am on there because I heard myself on that boombox. So, and then in that third, Matt Psycho, we've had some real battles. Casper down there in fourth. He thinks the Porsche is a lot stronger here, but we've seen that Casper has sandbagged before. Yes, you can have some. So, Casper possibly sandbagging in the Toyota, but he thinks Porsches have got a better shout here. And at the moment, we do have 3 Porsches sat at the top. The host is asking if we're ready, and I love to be polite, yo. And that's that. So settle down, guys. We've got 30 minutes of qualifying ahead of us, and then we've got an hour's race with these endurance racers. Looks like we've got JTX joining us, so it'll be interesting. A bit more of a larger field. And can anyone break Casper? He's got 2 for 2 so far, 2 rounds, 2 wins. With Matt Psycho coming in second both times. Matt Psycho chasing him down. And there we go. This is the start of the qualifying. Sat on the top of Jam Huntington's car. Ready to go out. Man, I slammed my dinner. No one's going out, are they? Everyone's waiting. There we go. I found someone. Stevie Styler. But no one else. Oh, here. We got a message. Give me a tick. I'm on the big screen for some reason. Oh, it's just coming up. And that's Casper. Matt pole. Got pole last week. Yeah, Matt did get pole last week. But still. Yes, you're right. No. But Casper has all the wins. Matt got pole, so he's getting closer. Oh god, let me take them off. They're unsightly. We're watching them on their outlap. They're all on the soft tyres for qualifying. We've seen a couple dip into the mediums during the race. Quick up, still sitting in the pits. Noxie is last on the track in his Golf Toyota. I wanted to say Toyota. Do you know, I really had an urge to say Toyota before I pressed the button, but you know, it's a 50-50. But it's not, because there is an Audi in there. But I think the only Audi driver is Jim Weiss. There he goes in his Audi. It looks very nice. So Stevie Styler is lead boy out on the track. He had a blinding race last week with Jam Huntington. Jamming. Yeah man. We're jamming. Hope you like jamming too. We're jamming. Yeah, alright. Not you, I mean me, sorry. You're sat here. Why are you sat here while I'm doing this? It's weird. You don't usually sit here, so I don't swear. That D word isn't really majorly swearing. No, you can't say it because I like to control what you can do. Yes, so there's Stevie Styler. He's on his outlap. No, he's got around his outlap. Now we're watching him doing the fast one. Stevie Styler, what's he doing? Well, he's going to lay down the first time for us to see. Sorry, I'm fiddling around my phone for no reason whatsoever. I'm talking to Manippa that's decided to sit right here and distract me. We're watching Stevie this whole lap. I mean, everyone's spaced out. Who's that? Casper trying to get a toe off of Stevie Styler there. Jokus is third on track. JTX was all fastest in the practice. Oh, JTX is in an Audi. Skyjacker is in fifth. Ooh, testing the limits and a little bit more. Jim on Wise in the other Audi. They're powerful in a straight line, those Audis, so they might have some good qualifying from oh, they're starting to put their times in now, so we'll get a good idea. Looking through the fields, Jam Huntington is the last one on track. So in pole then, Casper did a 132.886, and 4 tenths behind him, Stevie Styler with a 33.333. Stevie Styler, he got all the threes, he got all the threes, he got all the threes. Look at that, 33.333. That doesn't happen often. We have to celebrate this moment. We have to take a moment to celebrate that time. So, shame he wasn't third, and then it'd be, if someone could just pip him into third, and then we'd have 33.333 in third. That'd be so cool. But so Matt Psycho has put it into third place with a 33.590. In fourth, JTX with a 34.887. Jim on Wise in the other Audi has put it in fifth place with a 35.277. Jokus there. It's all very close, isn't it? He's done a 35.579 quick half set time. Noxie has done a 35.587. Jam Huntington, he's posted a time. He's probably, we'll carry on down. In ninth, we have a quick carb with a 37.740, and Skyjacker in 10th with a 40.778. So we're looking to see where Jam Huntington placed his car. He did a 34.400, and he's in fourth. Now it's not too bad, is it? A 4.400 and in fourth. It's not quite a 33.333. So Casper leading the way. Will they be able to? Oh, they're setting second fastest times. So the tyres not as big a concern as last week at St. Croix. Now Casper, Stevie Styler still in that second place with a 33.333. JTX has popped it up into third with a 33.529. He's only 2 tenths behind Stevie Styler, and he's 800ths ahead of Skyjacker. Skyjacker finally posted a time of a 33.537. He's 500. This race is going to be tight, guys. But judging by these qualifying times, they're hundreds off of each other. There's Matt Psycho, he's done a 33.590. In seventh, Jam Huntington in the Toyota with a 34.400. Jokus in seventh in the Aston Martin livery Porsche. Where is he? There he is. He has done a 35.250. It's only 8 tenths behind Jam Huntington. Casper's gone faster yet again to extend his lead. Jim on Wise, 8th with his 35.277. He's just coming towards the Parabolica, so maybe we'll stick with him. We'll stick with him to see what his time is when he goes across the line. It's a lovely line through Parabolica, third gear up to fourth. The accelerator is planted firmly down up to fifth. Crosses the line, he's gone faster, 35.098, and it puts him ahead of Jokus in 7th place. Great stuff there then. So up ahead, Casper doing a 32.554. That's a great lap time there. And it's 7 tenths, nearly 8 tenths faster than Stevie Styler, still holding that second place with his 33.333. Oh yeah! I am loving that time. Noxie gone faster with a 35.110. That's put him right behind Jim One Wise. by 1/100th. It's a crazy time. Jam Huntington 34.277. That's only good for 6th place at the moment. Quick up the 36.949. Quick up there in 10th. He's 1.6 seconds, 1.7 seconds off of Joe Cass. He's driving the Toyota, but I don't think he's getting much chance to practice of recently. So there we have. So there we see Casper sitting on a pole. We're about 9 minutes, virtually 9 minutes through qualifying. We've still got 21 minutes to go. Jim Wise posted another time of a 34.797. He stays in 7th place, but he does get a little closer, 5/10 away from Jam Huntington. So I don't know. It's not going to let me have in cars. It used to time ago. So sitting on board, Noxie set a time of a 34.350. That's put him ahead of Jim Wise. They're battling hard down there. Oh, my latte is lovely and warm. Bless it. Bless you, Lennon, for making that. Thank you. You're so great. So Casper coming around the Parabolica. I'm hoping we're going to be able to sit on for a fast lap as I chat you round. We're down at the start straight right now. Coming up to the first Vinati. Or the first chicane, as a lot of us like to call it. Going around the curve, bloody... No, I can't read any of that. Bossa Nova. Going into the second chicane. See, the map I've just pulled up on my phone, it's in Italian, I can't read it. So, you tell me the cause. Skyjacker has just set another time of a 33.1. That's put him up into 2nd place. That's a great lap time there from Skyjacker. He hasn't quite got into the 2s like Casper, but he is only 5/10. What's that? He's only a 10th and a half, 2/10 ahead of Stevie Styler. Noxie's come in to put some fresh boots on. Also has Jam Huntington. They look like they've got about half a tank of fuel now at lap 6. So, and that's around about 11 minutes, 6 laps, 11 minutes. So we're thinking now that a full tank, 22 minutes, 12 laps. So they will have to pit more than once, and the tyres though seem to be fine, no problem with tyre wear. Casper's still going around, no sign of coming in just yet. And he's in the 32s consistently. These boys have got a lot of work behind him to make up that ground. Skyjacker, Stevie Styler, are they all Porsches? I believe they're all Porsches. JTX, the top Audi in 4th. Doing a fantastic job in the Audi. It's a bit of a beast. There's JTX gone at a 133.399. Hey, oh, hang on a minute. Stevie Styler, he's got the fastest time. His fastest time is a 133.333, and he is in 3rd. So it just gets better. I don't suppose it does, but Jokers has done a 34.112. That's great. That's put him up into 6th place there. Just 5/10 behind Matt Psycho and a 10th ahead of Jam Huntington. So Joker's pulling a great lap out here in Italy. Jam Huntington. Is he the top Toyota? He might be. Joker's is in a Porsche. Matt Psycho is in a Porsche. Casper he's gone with a 31.9. I was thinking that's not a 32. He's got a 31.9. Oh, he's desolating the field. Their hearts must be sinking. Kuikarp's done a 35.795. Is that moved him out of the wheel? He's only less than a second behind Jim Wise. Jim Wise there with a 34.797, only 4/10 off of Noxie. He's not getting the same out of the Audi as JTX is. JTX we saw have a win on Friday night with the NTCC in the Peugeot, so he'll be buoyant right now. An extra bounce in his step. And that Psycho, he's usually either on pole or second so far this championship. I know we've only had 2 rounds. I can tell you exactly where they finished. So Matt Psycho finished second at Lagamadois on the first race, and he finished second last week at St. Croix. But here in his Porsche, he's not getting the pace and the speed he wants to. Skyjacker's your man. Noxie 34.2. Where's that put Noxie in 7th? This little midfield battle here is great. Oh, he's just been knocked down by Jam Huntington, who's just posted a 33.740 and gone up into 6th place, only a 10th behind Matt Psycho. Watch out, Matt Psycho, they're coming for you. And he's 3/10 ahead of Joker. Stevie Styler has posted a 33.038. He's gone up in second ahead of Skyjacker, and he hasn't done a 33.333 anymore. But there you go, Stevie Styler up in second place with a 33.0, but they're still a second behind Casper's time. Casper is a machine. I'm going to get JTX has done a 33.2, stays in 4th, but he's just a 10th behind Skyjacker's time. I think some of these guys have popped back into the pits. I saw Skyjacker nipping into the pits, so this must be his first flying lap on the new rubber. Going up to the first chicane, braking really late there at the 100. I was just way ahead of the 100-meter marker. He's got a lot more confidence on the brakes than me. Slipping on the accelerator, whipping up through those gears. Man alive, it flies through the gears. Masayko's done a 32.877. He has gone into second place. The battle is all the way up and down the field. What can Skyjacker? He's a 10th down on his own time. He's out wide through the second chicane. Jam Huntington has set to 33.604. Stays in 6th. Whoa, we are out wide. We've taken the 100-meter marker board down. Did we need that? Not really. It's the 50-meter marker board we want in that corner. So Stevie Styler at 32.803. He's taken back second place. We're sat on board with Skyjacker, but we think he's cooked his goose. He had a massive off, and he's 1.4 down on his own time. So through the field, Casper is above and beyond. I want to see him do one of those tests where it's a load of pictures and you have to press the picture where the traffic lights are in. Check you're not a bot. So, oh, but he's only 8/10 now. Stevie Styler chipped a little bit away. There's a right battle here for second place from Matt Psycho, Skyjacker. JTX looks like he's knocking on the door. It's only 1.2 seconds off of Casper, but you got to reckon second place is 8/10 off of Casper. So that's 4 cars there, all within 4/10 of each other. There we Matt Psycho going faster again at 32.5. He's back. He's back again. Didn't look like it was our usual Matt Psycho at the beginning of this session. But with 12 minutes remaining, he has come to life. He's 2/10 ahead of Stevie Styler. Stevie Styler just coming around the Parabolica. Can he return the compliment? They're all running on vapors right now. Oh yeah, latte. And there we see him going into the pits. Casper's still out there. Quite fresh tyres. He's going into the first chicane. Skyjacker is 7.8 seconds down. Nothing to see there. JTX is on an outlap. Jam is on an outlap. Jokers, he's been doing some good times. 34.112 is his fastest. Only half a second behind Jam Huntington. 2.1 seconds behind Pole. He's a tenth up on his own time. It's not quite enough to catch up Jam, but there's still a whole sector with one corner in to get the time. There's not a lot of places here you can really make the time up, is there? It's the chicanes and about 3 corners. Jim on Wise posted the fastest time with a 34.454. That's put him in 9th position, or kept him in 9th position, should I say. And there we see Jokers just coming towards the line to post. He's gone up to 6th. He's done Jam Hunting. He found that half a second in that last sector. Well done, Jokers. Fantastic driving. Didn't think it could be done. So Casper just coming 6/10 down on his time. Matt Psycho in the first chicane. He's on an outlap. Stevie Styles on an outlap. Skyjacker's just going to be on an outlap. So it's JTX, I think, we're watching for any kind of action out there. Whereabouts on the track? He's coming around. He's in the second sector, so he's coming up to the sector time now. You can see, he's only a 10th down. It's only a 10th down. He might be able to make it up. He's on the curbs in the chicane, heading towards the last corner. Oh, he got a penalty. Hey, rubbish. He bad gum. He's only got Jokers 3/10 behind him. The pole and the fin. May have to bring this onto the track to sort it out. Jam Huntington only 600s behind Jokers there. Noxie 6/10 behind Jam Huntington and a 10th, 2/10 ahead of Jim on Wise. Jim on Wise in 9th is 1.3 seconds ahead of Coy. Coy is just sat chilling, possibly just staying out of people's road if he's not quite getting the track and this car combo right now. What is he in? He's in a Porsche. He's in a Toyota. I pressed that twice, didn't know why. So Casper's going back into the pits. We've got 9 minutes remaining yet, so Psycho going across the line. Is this to start a flying lap? We saw he was on an outlap. We saw Stevie Styler was also on an outlap. So we've got 2 on flying laps right now. Skyjacker's just started a flying lap. It looks like he's got traffic woes. So Stevie Styler, is that his outlap? Not sure. Matt Psycho is coming around to the first sector. We get a good idea whereabouts he is. 300s down. 300s down. Is there more to get? Speeding along the short straight, coming up towards the second chicane. JTX has done a 32.822. That's put him in 4th. Well, kept him in 4th. Ahead of Skyjacker. We're 800s up on our own time. It's blue, not purple. Can we turn that into a purple by the last sector, the finish line? It's half a second to catch. The yellow flag is, I believe, Koikar, sat just off of Parabolica. It hasn't been a problem for us. We're flooring it. Coming out the Parabolica, trying to find the shortest line possible. Oh, a 10th off. Very close, very close. So back out of the car there. How is Casper doing? He's just crossed the line. Let's do a 34.1, building up for another lap. We'll watch him go through the first chicane. and get to the next sector. He's purple. He's purple in the first sector. Sitting on board with the Toyota of Casper. Oh, someone's off. Is that going to cause us any problems? No, I don't think so. Perfectly placed in the car. JTX gone faster again with a 32.554. JTX set the 2 fastest time. Oh, he's gone up third. He's gone ahead of Stevie Styler. We are nearly 3/10 up on the fastest lap time here with Casper. So he's really putting a run in. Heading towards the Parabolica. We're just going to put the field to bed now, I believe. The fatal blow sends them all the shiver. There we go. Matt Psycho's done a 32.2, and there we see Casper doing a 31.520. That's him done. Thank you. Thank you and good night. So Matt Psycho we saw setting a 32.208, 6/10 behind Casper. Third we just saw JTX doing a 32.554 and puts him 3/10 behind Matt Psycho, only 2.5 ahead of Stevie Styler. Stevie Styler has got the yellow flag of Koi Cup. No, that'd be probably Casper now. And he's on his way for another flying lap. There's only 5 minutes left of this qualifying session. Skyjacker sitting in 5th. He's doing a 33.145. It's only 3.5 behind Stevie Styler and 4 ahead of Jokers. I must say Jokers is having a real great one today. Noxie's just done a 34.060. That's put him in 8th. He's only 4.5 behind Jam Huntington and nearly 4 ahead of Jim One Wise. Jim One Wise, he's still at 1.3 seconds ahead of Koi Karp. Koi Karp's back out and on the run. See if he can put something in the end here in this last 4 minutes. That Psycho still chasing down. No, he's coming to the pit. So is Casper. JTX we saw just coming out of the pit. So Stevie Styler or Skyjack. Oh no, Skyjack's on an out lap also. Jokers is on a green one. He only needs 4/10 to get ahead of Skyjacker. He's coming around the Parabolica. We'll see how he does. Coming up to the finish line. Can he nudge ahead of Skyjacker? We will see. No, that was a 37.0. So back to Stevie Styler then. Oh no, he's gone across the line with a 32.9. 2.5 off of JTX. JTX, was he already up there? He was, yes. Did 32.55 a few laps ago. So their lights, you can see now, are on. Oh, he's in the pits. He's done. He's done. He says there's nothing else in this car. That's the speed I've got. So the 2 lights on Matt Psycho's car indicating second, and the 3 lights on the side there of JTX's car indicating third. No lights on Stevie Styler's car indicating 4th up to 10th. So Skyjacker, he's got a green next to his time. Does that mean anything? Skyjacker now going to the Parabolica to see if he can eke some time out of the Porsche. Move ahead of the couple of guys ahead of him. Across the line, he got a 32.867, 600 off Stevie Styler, though he also goes and puts a lap time in. and pulls himself 1.5 tenths ahead of Skyjacker. So they're just trading off times here. 32.724. Remember when Casper was the only one that was in the 32s? Now, not quite for Jokers. Looks quite slow there though, doesn't look like he's doing anything. We've got, what, 2 minutes left of qualifying. There's a lot of them going into the pits now. Feel like they can't do it on this last lap. Jam Huntington fighting that Toyota to try and get, oh, he's got a penalty. So at the moment it's really Matt Psycho, Stevie JTX or Stevie Styler. Stevie Styler's got a hefty penalty there. So JTX is showing a green next to his time. Jim Wise set a time of 1:34.227. I think that's still good for his 9th place. And JTX, oh, he crossed the line with a 32.7. Didn't move him anywhere. Quick up, 34.350. We'll have a look at the back there to see how the battle's forming. So he's only a 10th off of Jim Wise now, a 34.350 for Koi Carp. And his hazards aren't on, so he gets another lap. Jim Wise did a 34.227. And he's only a 10th behind Noxie. Noxie's in the pit, so there's nothing Noxie can do about these guys who are out at the moment. Jam Huntington starting another lap. So he's got one more lap to try and get ahead of Jokers. He's only 600ths behind Jokers. Jokers is out there. He's on an out lap. I don't think he's going to get round. Oh, he might get round to the Parabolica. I mean, to the start straight to start a lap. So Casper in the pits. Matt Psycho just into a lap. Someone's coming around to cross that line. I'm trying to catch him. Oh, it's Jokers. He's on his out lap though, so it's just 6-5. Has he got across the line? He must have done. It's quite early, isn't it? So Jokers getting across the line. Start the final lap. Matt Psycho then. These cars ahead of him. Oh, JTX has got a huge penalty. So it doesn't look like he's going to be able to do anything about it. Skyjack has just been through. No, Matt Psycho obviously wasn't good enough to keep going. So there's only Jokers. Jam Huntington. Jam Huntington looks like he's the furthest ahead, is he? No, Skyjacker. Joker, I think it's JTX ahead of him. So we're watching Skyjacker across the line. 32.688. Not enough to get ahead of JTX. Just a 10th behind him. And 300ths ahead of Stevie Styler. And then Jam Huntington put a lap time of a 33.439. Wasn't quite enough to catch up Stevie Styler. Jokers, he's coming around on his last lap. Koi Carp was as well, wasn't he? No, Koi Carp's done. Jim Wise looks like he's done. So it's just Jokers we're watching. What can he do on this last lap? He's just coming to the Parabolica. Looks like JTX is still going around as well. Maybe not. So there we see Jokers out wide on the Parabolica. He's flooring it down the start straight, coming across to get the shortest line. And no, he did a 136. So there's... This looks like that's your grid then for round 3 here at Monza for the Hybrid Prototype Endurance Championship. Casper on pole, Matt Psycho on second. Only 6/10ths behind Casper. On third we have JTX just joining this round, and he is only 3/10ths behind Matt Psycho. Skyjacker in fourth, only a 10th behind JTX. Fifth we have Stevie Styler, 300ths behind Skyjacker. In sixth we have Jam Huntington, 7/10ths behind Stevie Styler. Jokers only 900ths behind Jam Huntington. In eighth, we have Noxie, who's 5/10ths behind Jokers. In ninth, we have Jim Wise, who's only a 10th behind Noxie. And then in 10th, we have Koi Carp, who is only a 10th behind Jim Wise. So the field is tight from back to front to back. It's gonna be a stonking race. I'm worried about red flags, in all fairness. If 3 people are involved in an incident on the first lap and all call for a red flag, then a red flag is awarded and a restart is started, happens, goes forth, and then it'll be a rolling start. So there you go, there's your grid. Get yourselves ready, guys, for 60 minutes of pure, unadulterated, beautiful racing. I can't get my words out. I'm giving up on that one. I've bailed. Casper sitting on... Oh, it's already a rolling start. Sorry, there won't be... I should know my... Look, alright, let's get this straight. I do a lot of different championships, and all of them have got different rules in different ways. So I get confused, okay? I was in GTMC mode because I did GTMC last on the replays. There's the countdown, and we see Casper pulling away from Matt Psycho. The field all coming down. Look how beautiful that looks. All of them coming down. I'm trying to follow them. Oh, looks like Jim on Wise already having an early look at Jokers. No, not at Jokers. Yeah, Jim on Wise getting up the inside of Jokers. It's a bit of a battle. They're a bit of a push and a shove, but Jokers comes out ahead of Jim on Wise. Good effort though. Good effort. So Noxie's down to 9th. He's dropped behind Jim One Wise off of the start. Up ahead, Casper, a little lead, 2nd ahead of Matt Psycho. Matt Psycho is only 6/10 ahead of JTX. Skyjacker 7/10 behind JTX, and a 2nd behind him is Stevie Styler in 5th. 6th is Jam Huntington, 4/10 behind Stevie Styler. A little bit of a gap back to Jokers, is 7/10, and then he's 6/10 ahead of Jim One Wise, who is ahead of Quickart. So didn't I see Noxie? Oh, we've got an off. We've got an off. Like Jam Huntington. Oh, where is he? Gosh, I'm really getting... Jim on Wise. Was it... Oh, what's going on? Look at this. So there's Jam. He's had a small off. Noxie has gone up to 6th. I thought I saw him right at the back there, but no, he's come through. He's ahead of Jim One Wise, who is ahead of Jokers now. So Jim One Wise managed to get Jokers. Then Jam, we saw having an off, has dropped to the back. Quickart ahead of him now. It's all happening here at the back. I'll have to have a look at the front to see if anything else is happening. But here you can see Jam Huntington on Quickart going into the first chicane. Ooh. And there goes Quickart. He's lost the back end. I told you, coming out of them corners, it's deadly, really deadly. So they've spaced out a little bit now. Up ahead, Casper. Ooh, Matt Psycho under immense pressure there from JTX and Skyjacker. They're both really tight up there. And Stevie Styler isn't that far behind her. Ooh, look at that. We've got in car. Sweet. I'm not moving. Staying there. We're sitting on board with Stevie Styler. Up ahead, we can see Skyjacker, who's 1.3 seconds ahead of us. We're only nearly 3 minutes into this race. Just coming near the end of lap 2. Jam Huntington had a small off. He's up to 8th already, though. So it's a fantastic racing from him. I should... hopefully I'll get into another car. So back to Jam Huntington. Yes, he's ahead of Jokers, who's ahead of Quickart. So we saw Quickart having a big issue. It looks like Jokers also having some sort of similar issue. I don't think it's worth it. I'll try. No, if it's happened, it's already happened, I'm afraid. So there's Jokers. He's just ahead of Quickart. Then ahead of Jokers, we've got Jam Huntington, after we saw him have his small off, in 8th, only 1.7 seconds behind Jim One Wise. Jim One Wise making his way through the field, along with Noxie, up into 6th. 5 seconds behind Stevie Styler, who's in 5th place. Stevie Styler is 1.4 seconds behind Skyjacker, but Skyjacker is there. He's racing JTX. We saw JTX giving Matt Psycho hassle, but now Skyjacker is the one dealing out the hassle. Bring on the hassle, Skyjacker. Bring on the hassle. So, oh, JTX out wide there. Does that give Skyjacker a run at him down the straight? Oh, he's going for the inside line. We're looking for that little patch of road on our right to brake, going into the corner, 3rd gear. Whoa, whoa, how did he not touch? Where is JTX? He's still there, but JTX now. Oh God, I'm pressing buttons I shouldn't be pressing. What the heck? There you go. JTX, that was a great move by Skyjacker, has to be said, but JTX coming back at him at the Parabolica, up alongside each other. Is there room for 2? But Stevie Styler says, yes, thank you, sir. I will come up. So JTX making a move on Skyjacker, having a bit of a bump, probably lift to let Skyjacker come back. Gave Stevie Styler the opportunity to come through to 4th, and Stevie Styler not being happy with just 4th. Oh my God, there's all 3 of them. All 3 of them going into the chicane together. What can we do? No, Stevie Styler's tucked in behind Skyjacker. No, they're still there together. My gosh. And Skyjacker says, me first. Stevie says, me next. And JTX said, I was in front of both of you. How has that happened? So JTX coming back at Stevie Styler. Not one to be left out to dry. Have I lost it? It's gone now. Oh no, Skyjacker having a huge off. Skyjacker going straight at the chicane instead of turning. He's down to 5th. He's back on the road ahead of Jim One Wise. So it's not all lost. He only lost the 2 positions and a hell of a lot of time on those positions. So in the lead, Casper only 8/10 ahead of Matt Psycho. So is Casper fuel saving, tyre saving? Or is the pace the pace of the Toyota here? And we can see Matt Psycho's got the fastest lap time of a 32.798. Oh yes, yes, yes. Casper's fuel is a lot better. Looks a lot better than Matt Psycho's. Matt Psycho's is nearly only half a tank. Stevie Styler, he's got a little bit more than Matt Psycho. But what did I said lap 12 that they'd probably be running out of fuel, but that to me looks like he's going to be running out around lap 8 or lap 9. So Casper as well, I made an allegation last week. It wasn't an allegation, it was just more of, and it's open for anyone to do, but I thought Casper watches the stream whilst racing, so he gets to hear what everyone's fuel strategies are. And he assures me there is no way he can put this amount of concentration in to racing and driving and listen to a monkey like me in the background, a buffoon like me. So Stevie Styler still ahead of JTX. They're about equal fuel. JTX has worn his tyres a little bit, but that Audi looking tasty. Tasty, tasty. JTX, lovely helmet, JTX, I like it. So, Skyjacker, after his spin, he's recovering. Well, he won a spin, just a little bit of an off. He's recovering, he's only 4.3 seconds behind JTX. And I've got to say, I've got to remember to save the replay again tonight, guys. I forgot last week, didn't I? I had to beg for someone to share it. But I haven't seen many penalties dished out. I can't say, it's only been 8 minutes of racing, but I can't imagine. There's a lot of corners to cut here, and like I said, there's only like 7 corners in all, isn't there? So, Casper then, he's still only 5/10 ahead of Matt Psycho. This is some tight racing up front here from the 2 leaders. We're 6.7 seconds ahead of Stevie Styler. And I think Stevie Styler is under quite a bit of pressure from JTX. Yes, them 2 look together on the track. So let me just have a quick look back at that battle. Was that a move when I was pulling away? No, it wasn't. It was just wobbling. So there's JTX. JTX is on the fastest lap. Looked like he was going for a move then on Stevie Styler. Stevie Styler under a lot of pressure. A lot of pressure. Oh no, and JTX has picked up a penalty which he'll have to clear on the start finish straight. Stevie Styler then says thank you, I need that breathing space. Matt Psycho 1.3 seconds behind now as Casper decided to drop the hammer and go. We know he can do 31s. 31.9 wasn't it in qualifying? He was regularly putting 32s in. So yes, I think he's being rather clever, and he's saving tyres, saving fuel. That Psycho, he's over half a tank of fuel. He has got the fastest lap time of a 32.7, and he's 1.2 seconds behind the leader Casper. Stevie Styler, who's just under 6 seconds behind Matt Psycho. He's pulled 2.5 seconds out on JTX. That penalty cost him. He's got to do it all again. Skyjacker 4 seconds behind these guys. He can just see him in the distance. He can taste the battle. There we see Jam Huntington all over Jim One Wise. A little kiss into the chicane. Says, there you go, fella. Let me help you through. After you, sir. No, after you. So Jam Huntington in 7th place. We saw him have an early off. Is chasing Jam Huntington. They looked closer than that on the map, I've got to say. So that's that battle. We'll come back and see how that develops. We're waiting for the first of the pit stops. Jim One Wise, like I said, ahead of Jam Huntington. He's 1.2 seconds ahead now. Noxie 7.5 seconds behind Jam Huntington and 4.3 seconds ahead of Jokus, and Jokus only a 10th. I mean a second, not even a second ahead of Koikarp. Oh, Joker's having a big off, and oh my gosh, Koikarp also having a little knock on the wall. I thought we were just about to see a move there. I think Koikarp trying to move out the way. He thought, I believe, not reading Koikarp's mind and all. Oh, Matt Psycho's in the pits. Hey, I Graham. Go on, brah. Up to 3rd like a boss. Who is that? Stevie Styler. He's class, isn't he? So there we see Matt Psycho had to pit first. He's put 3/4 of a tank in and soft tyres on. He rejoins the track just ahead of a Skyjacker. Skyjacker going into the chicane. That is tight, and it chucked him out of the pit lane just at the chicane. And then you see Skyjacker chasing Matt Psycho for 4th place. Skyjacker, plenty of fuel. Tyres are looking quite worn. Jim One Wise, he's still ahead of Jam Huntington. Stevie Styler now. What's he going to do with his pits? His tyres look, you know, the tips of them are reds. He's got just under half a tank of fuel, so he's got great amount of fuel. He can carry on for a while. JTX back there in 3rd. He was right with Stevie Styler earlier in the race. He's dropped 4.2 seconds away from him, and he is only 3.7 seconds ahead of Matt Psycho. Matt Psycho and Skyjacker are at it. Skyjacker, is that a move? Yes, no, it's not. Is it? It is. He's nearly on the track. Will he get a penalty though? That will be the place you get a penalty if you get a penalty. But there's Skyjacker and Matt Psycho hard at it, racing. Not really what Matt Psycho needs. He needs to get out and put some lap times in. He was what, 1.2 seconds behind Casper. He wants to make up time. Might have to make up a whole pit stop at this rate, the way Casper's going with his tyres and his fuel. So we'll look ahead. No, we won't, because we're going into the first chicane, and Matt Psycho looks like he's trying to make a move up the inside of Skyjacker, and he makes it stick. That's a beautiful move, absolutely delicious. Wow, that was tastier than my fry up that I've just had. Yum, yum, yum. And what else did we see there? Noxie in 8th. Jim One Wise. Oh, it was Jim One Wise. Jam Huntington. Noxie. Oh, Koi, we have seen finally get ahead of Jokus. Did Jokus pit? Oh, Joker's going really slowly into the pit lane. Oh, he's smashed his car right up. Oh, we'll have a look because... No, it's already happened there. Let's have a look here. No, can't. Okay. So there we see Casper, half a tank of fuel, 8.3 seconds ahead of Stevie Styler. I don't even think he's considering a pit stop. He's not even thinking about it. It's the last thing on his mind. 14 minutes into this race, and he's good to go. He's got some more laps in him. I think he's... And there he goes. Why do I bother? Hey, why? Why do I even try and guess what these guys are going to do? They always go and do the opposite anyway. There's Stevie Styler with a big penalty, having to pay it, whilst Casper comes straight back out the pits again, from lead to lead. Stevie Styler didn't even get a chance to take over the lead of this race. Matt Psycho there in third. He's 6.5 seconds behind Stevie Styler. He's 10 seconds behind Casper now. He's a 1.3 seconds ahead of Skyjacker. Skyjacker's still not pitted. So far it's just Casper. He didn't put no fuel in, he just changed his tyres. Stevie Styler, he's got about a quarter of a tank of fuel left. Tyres are looking a bit weak. He did 34.5 on his last lap. He's doing 34s and 33s. I wonder if that's up and down because of the boost, because it's hard. When I was having a test with him earlier, it's hard to build that boost up. I've noticed it's not many braking areas, so the boost doesn't build up as much as other tracks. As you can see, it's quite low all the way along this, and then he brakes a little bit for the second chicane, and it only sort of builds up about a third of the way. It's back on the accelerator and he's deploying it again. Oh, Red Bull, that's lovely, so refreshing, better than water in my opinion. There in the parabolic you see he builds up the hybrid again. So Casper, untouchable, unbelievable. Did he make a pit stop? Did I imagine it? Did it happen? He was 8 seconds ahead. This is a short pit lane obviously, because he was 8 seconds ahead of Stevie Styler, and then he came into the pits and now he's 5 seconds. Skyjacker making a pit. So Jim on Wise moving ahead, but Jim on Wise will need to visit the pit lane soon. Noxie has also come in, along with Skyjacker, Koikarp and Jokus. They're quite far apart now. Yes. So Skyjacker out behind. Oh, JTX must have made a pit. I didn't notice. Sorry. So JTX. This is what you expect pit stops to look like. Them actually changing places. Not Casper, who pops in and pops back out again in the lead. He wasn't even that far ahead. That's why I can't fathom it. So Skyjacker, 5 seconds behind JTX. Both of them pitted. Both of them on the softs. They've topped up with fuel. We saw Jim on Wise needs to pit. Jam Huntington, he's got a quarter of a tank left, but his tyres do look hurting. Jim on Wise definitely needs some fuel. But having a great race at the moment, in 5th in that Audi, just ahead of the other Audi driver JTX. Casper then will go back to 7.6 seconds ahead, and he's just done the fastest lap of a 32.5. Stevie Styler going around again. He's going around for another lap at lap 12. I was saying lap 12 they would definitely be needing to pit. That Psycho, the first of the pit stoppers, only 3 seconds behind Stevie Styler. He's done a 32.7 on his last lap. He was nearly 2 seconds faster than Stevie Styler on that lap. Jam and Jim on Wise pitting together, leaving it to the pit crews to decide. JTX getting ahead of these guys. Will Skyjacker as well. Skyjacker looking like it likely. And then Jam Huntington just leaving the pits ahead. Oh, Jim on Wise topping up a bit more fuel maybe than Jam, a little bit, just a wee little bit. So Jim on Wise planning to go that little longer maybe than Jam Huntington. Not even that much really. Then Skyjacker then back into a 5th place behind JTX. Skyjacker likes 5th. If you look back on the season so far, he came 5th at Lego Maggiore and he came 5th at St. Croix. But here at Monza, he is sitting in a 5th place. JTX making a great debut into this season, missing the first 2 rounds. I think he had car trouble. I remember reading something about his car going kaboom, which ironically was an Audi. I think I don't know, I haven't kept up with that chat. I don't know if it's fixed there. Stevie Styler has come into the pits, and Matt Psycho taking over 2nd place. Can JTX retake his position from Stevie Styler or not? Stevie Styler still in the pits. He was really low on fuel. Look at that, 1%. It says on Stevie Styler's car. Well, we're going to 3rd. He's got the fuel going in right now. JTX is on the start straight. Can Skyjacker? He's coming around the Parabolica. He's going onto the start straight, but Stevie Styler is on the move now. Stevie Styler is on the move. He's not far behind JTX. It's really not far. Skyjacker a little bit further back than JTX and Stevie Styler. JTX retaking 3rd place and staying ahead of Stevie Styler there. So your running order is Casper, 11.8 seconds. Amazing. He's going fastest lap after fastest lap now. He's dropped that hammer. He conserved in the early part of this race to get track position, maybe to feel comfortable where he was, and now he has gone. He's booted. That Psycho there, he did a 32.7 on his last lap. He's done 32.7 on his last 2 laps, doing his best to catch up the bot that is Casper, the Flying Finn. In 3rd place on the last podium step, we see JTX. He's up on his own time. His fastest lap time is a 33.424. He's nearly 22 seconds behind Matt Psycho, but he's only 3 seconds ahead of Stevie Styler. Stevie Styler just pitted, got fresh rubber on though, loads of fuel. He might be going for a while now. Might be going for quite a bit. So Stevie Styler want to watch later on in the race. We are now 21 minutes into this 60-minute race, so we've only got 40 minutes left, and it's slowly unfolding. Matt Psycho, you're first to pit. So I suppose if we look at here, his tyre wear, we'll be looking, and his fuel tank's not looking great. That strategy's really not working out for him. He's got a vast amount of space and time behind him, but it's just going to put him further away from Casper, who also will need a pit stop soon for fuel. He's only got a few laps left in that car. 32.3 on his last 2 laps, 32.5 before that. That's some great pace there. Psycho in the 32s, to the 33.3 on his last lap. That could be the tyres slowly giving way. JTX, he's in the 33s. He's looks like Stevie Styler's starting to catch him up though. Doesn't look too far behind. I thought that was like 3.5 seconds. Now it's 2.5 seconds. So Stevie Styler heavy on fuel, slowly pulling in JTX. Jam Huntington into 5th place, ahead of Skyjacker. How odd. That shouldn't be. I don't think this will work. We'll have a look though. Hey, we've got an hour. So now Skyjacker's already there behind Jam Huntington. No, not sure. Can't explain that one. I am so sorry. I don't know what happened with that. So Skyjacker ending up behind Jam Huntington. That's so odd. Jam Huntington did a 34.5 on his last 2 laps, 35.5 before that, and pitted before that. Skyjacker did a 33.3 on his last lap. Oh, I think he's pitted. Has he pitted twice then? No, his tyres don't look like they've pitted. Jim Wise in 7th. He's looking like he's got trouble from Noxie. It's only 3.5 seconds ahead of Noxie. Noxie's got a lot more fuel, about the same tyre wear. He's only 2 seconds ahead of Koikap. I thought Koikap was out of this race, but no. No, he's not. He's only 2 seconds behind Noxie. Still plenty to drive for in that Toyota. I said it before it come up because I knew. And there we see Jokas in the Porsche. Struggling with that back end. Struggling to keep that back end down, but he's got a fastest lap off. Look at that wiggle. Beautiful stuff as the sun sets here in Italy. So Casper, fastest lap on lap 15 of a 32.235. He's 35 seconds ahead of Matt Cycles. Matt's pitted, yeah. Matt's been into the pits, come back out 3 seconds ahead of JTX. I saw Matt pitting, and you know what? It didn't even trigger in my head. So JTX only 7/10 ahead of Stevie Styler. Stevie Styler really is on the move. Why can't I go in car now? You let me go in car. Stevie Styler though looks like he's picking up a few penalties this evening. I thought we were friends, Stevie. Thought, you know, I get your PSN username. I'm old enough to know what Stevie Styler is. Stevie Tyler, isn't it, from Aerosmith, lead singer of Aerosmith. So, you know, this penalty business, man, I have to check when Casper is in the pits. Casper is in the pits, but wow, with a 34-second lead, I don't think he's got much issue of being overtaken at this point. He could have a nice cup of tea with a bourbon. Maybe bourbon and a custard cream. And there he goes back out onto track, and we'll see the time tick down and see how far ahead of Matt Psycho he is. There we go. See Matt Psycho just getting onto the start straight, so that's like 15 seconds. Oh no, Stevie Styler's managed to get past JTX, but I didn't watch because Stevie Styler had a penalty, so I didn't think there was anything going on there. I imagine Stevie Styler will have to give that position, well, that position will go back to JTX when he pays that penalty along the start straight. We won't see it because we're on this, or we might see it here. Yeah, he's lifting, and that looks like JTX getting past. There we go. So Stevie Styler only a second though behind JTX. If he can get around without picking up a penalty, he might be able to get past JTX. Stevie Styler's tyres look good, plenty of fuel. JTX fuel, I mean his tyres look pretty worn, and his fuel is a lot lower than Stevie Styler. Sorry. So Casper leading by 14 seconds. Matt Psycho. Is there anything he can do? No, not really. Look at that. Casper has just got the answers. We're nearly coming up to the halfway mark. JTX still holding that third place, but he's only 3/10 ahead of Stevie Styler. Whoosh. I'm coming up towards the Parabolica. We're 8 seconds ahead of Jan Huntington. He's ahead of Skyjacker. Skyjacker's ahead of Jim on Wise, who is ahead of Noxie. Noxie and Jim on Wise are having a great race. Noxie's highest, he only started last week, and his highest was a 7th. So, hey up. Well, I was looking down at the timesheet, you mother. So where's the Audi gone? Sorry. JTX. No, did he have to pay a penalty? I'm going to go with it. He had to pay a penalty. So Stevie Styler up into a 3rd place so far. JTX down to 4th. They're in a battle. These two. Oh, a little knock there, a little knock. But Stevie Styler has got it under control. And JTX, I think, slightly well. They're still going side by side. My word, these two are racing each other hard. So JTX versus Stevie Styler, but Stevie Styler slightly pulled away. JTX half a second behind Stevie Styler now. The the tightest race on track, I believe. We'll have a quick look around. There's Casper, 14 seconds ahead of Matt Psycho. Matt Psycho is 12 seconds ahead of these pair we're seeing. Stevie Styler 8/10 ahead of JTX. JTX with that almighty power and toe coming towards Stevie Styler in the toe, the Parabolica. Gets a better drive out of the Parabolica. He can make a run at him for the first chicane. Looks like he's a little bit too far back. Needs to be a little closer than that. But there you can see in the toe that time will drop. 6/10. See, dropping like a bomb. 5/10. But no, the straight is just quite not long enough. He needs to be closer than that coming out of the Parabolica JTX to make a run. Jam Huntington there in 5th. Why does that seem odd to me? Why do I think he should be further back? Maybe not. He was behind Skyjacker. Oh, Skyjacker was in 5th, wasn't he? Skyjacker down to 6th. Only 1.8 seconds behind Jam Huntington. I think we can safely say, I don't have to say he's getting used to that wheel anymore. I think we can say this is his pace. So Jam Huntington in 5th. Almost 2 seconds ahead of Skyjacker. Skyjacker 10 seconds ahead of Jim One Wise. His tyres are quite worn though. Quarter of a tank of fuel left. Let's have a quick back. It's about even Stevens between Jam and Sky. If I'm going to call him Jam, I better call Sky because that's only fair. Why? Jam Huntington and Skyjacker. Sorry, I was rubbing my nose then. I don't know what that must have sounded like on the thingy. Right. That wasn't me rubbing my nose, I was wiggling my cheek to make a disgusting sound. So, Jim One Wise, 7th place ahead of Noxie, who is 24 seconds ahead of Koi Carp, and Joker's 43 seconds behind these guys. He's just coming out of the pit lane. His fastest lap was a 34.832. 36, 35, 36 up until his pit stops. It's a monster of a car, Jokers. They really are. Which one are you driving? The Porsche. Yeah, that's the one I tried. And it's evil. Fun but evil. So Casper easily leading this race. Easily. 14.5 seconds. This man, there is no one out there. Put a prototype in this dude's hands and he will show you how to do a very, 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 very fast lap around whatever track you like. He really is good in these hybrid cars. Matt Psycho 15 seconds ahead of Stevie Styler. Stevie Styler looking like he's got that podium, but JTX won't go away. I think they've both got a similar tyre wear. Oh, JTX will have to pit a lot sooner than Stevie Styler. So Stevie Styler sitting comfortably in that 3rd place, but Jam Huntington with 6.7 seconds behind JTX can probably last a lap longer. But Skyjacker is coming back at Jam Huntington now. Looks like this is the race. JTX did go into the pits, all 3 of them going into the pits. Wonderful. So Jim One Wise is the guy to watch, I suppose. Jim One Wise just coming around the Parabolica. He needs a pit, so I think he'll be going into the pits here at lap 20 at the 32-minute mark. So Noxie just coming around the Parabolica and he's going into the pits. Everyone's pitting apart from Casper, Matt, Steve. We saw JTX did pit coming out of the pit lane just ahead of Jam. Jam's made up some time, hasn't he? Oh, JTX has really filled up on fuel. Jam only a quarter. Skyjacker also only 3/4. Sorry, not a quarter. And they are racing. What? They don't want to cost each other too much time because they could catch up with JTX then, and then we get three of them fight. Stevie Styler shouldn't be, after his pit stop, too far ahead of JTX. So Casper 16.2 2 seconds ahead of Matt Psycho. Stevie Styler third, needs to pit. There we go. JTX just pitted. Jam just pitted. Skyjacker just pitted. All three of these just pitted. They're 16 seconds ahead of Jim on Wise, who also pitted. Ooh, what's going on there? There we see Noxie up into 8th. He's pitted. He's got everything all together. In 7th, Jim on Wise. So Noxie not altogether too far behind. Noxie, why do I keep pressing that? Noxie not too far behind Jim on Wise. Might be able to do something. And Koi Cup not too far behind Noxie. So it's an interesting battle building there. It looks like Jam Huntington has caught up JTX. JTX struggling on these new tyres, bedding them in. Looks like the Porsche. Instantly fast on the just Porsche, Toyota, is it? Toyota, sorry. So this is Audi, V Toyota, V Porsche. 3 in a row after 34 minutes of racing. And 4th, 5th and 6th all here, all in a row. Wow, how's that? Oh, Jam was quite slow through the chicane, so Skyjacker helped him through it, but Skyjacker lost a bit of time doing so. JTX just wants to get away from these guys, doesn't want to lose too much time. He wants to be thereabouts when Stevie Styler comes out of the pit lane. Stevie Styler at the moment, still plenty of fuel. Looks like he's lapping Jocus. That's Psycho in second. Nothing changed between the top 3 at the moment. Looks like Casper's going back into fuel save these last few laps, 33, 33 and 34. So Casper just saving a bit of fuel. Matt Psycho's come in. He's got 18 seconds on Stevie Styler, so I don't think he's going to lose a position. He might do. There he goes. They've released him. He's coming to the end of the pit lane. And there's Stevie Styler, does move ahead. How long can Stevie Styler stay out? This is going to be tricky. There's a back marker. Stevie Styler, that's alright. Matt Psycho's nowhere near that problem. JTX still ahead. He's pulled a little bit out now. Jam Huntington. Where is Jam Huntington? Oh, there he is, yeah. JGX, Jam Huntington, and Skyjacker looks like he's paying a penalty. There. Jim on Wise, 18 seconds behind those guys, but only 3 seconds ahead of Noxie. Noxie can see a 7th in the horizon. So far, Jim on Wise finished 7th, 6th. So he'll be wanting a higher position, but 7th I guess he'll take. Noxie, there's Koi Cup paying a penalty. Thanks. Cheers, guys. There's Jocus. Just watching the leaders pass by. So 40 minutes nearly, Casper. Slow down. But he has. He's fuel saving. He's doing 33s, early 33s. Matt Psycho. Matt Psycho has only got Stevie Styler 3/10 behind him. Oh, Stevie Styler's picked up a penalty. That's such a bummer. He might be able to lose that 4th start straight in the Parabolica. 4/10, 3/10. No, looks like he's carrying it through. Lose more time just trying to slow down on the straight. So Matt Psycho, a lucky escape from... Oh no, Stevie Styler. Showed Stevie Styler ahead for some reason, for a millisecond. But no, Matt Psycho, sorry, with 1.9 seconds. Looks like Jocus doesn't want to go past the leaders. The blue flag there. JTX got a penalty, which brings Jam Huntington a lot closer. Looks like Skyjacker's dropped off that little crowd. Has he paid another penalty? And there we see Jam Huntington having a look up the inside of the fin. It's not over yet between 4th and 5th. Stevie Styler still has to have a pit, so he's going to shake out. Not yet though, he doesn't need a pit yet. His tyres are rough. He did a 37 and a 38 on those last 2 laps, so I don't know if that's down to tyres. Or maybe it's just racing Matt Psycho. Matt Psycho's times were 35. Just come out of pit, so JTX doing 34, 33. Don't go there, JTX. And Jam Huntington only a second behind him in the Toyota. the Elf Toyota car. Looks great. Looks fantastic, I'm telling you. I don't like these long shots that I keep getting. There we go, that's a bit better. Yeah, I like to see the cars. It's all very well seeing that long shot of them driving down. Oh no, jam! It's all calm down. It's just take a second, deep breaths. We thought Jam was going off then. We thought Jam was definitely in spinning territory. So Casper, whoa, nearly 40 seconds ahead of Matt Psycho. Looks like he's just got past Noxie there. Now, why is Noxie there? Why is Noxie in 9th behind Koikar? He's pitted, but so's Koikar. Shadow Rider, hello. So, somewhere along the line, I've totally missed it, surprisingly, but Koikar has got ahead of Noxie. Noxie is down there in 9th, 42 seconds ahead of Jokers. Jokers having an awful race this race, but Noxie has fallen behind Koikar somewhere along. Jim on Wise in 7th, 15 seconds behind Skyjacker. Skyjacker 4 seconds behind Jam Huntington, and Jam Huntington is only a second behind JTX. We're waiting for Stevie Styler to make his pit stop because he should be out just in front. No sponsors. I had a fry up before we came on air. It was great. I just downed it. In front of me, I've got to say, I can see a Heinz tomato ketchup and an original HP sauce and a Red Bull. That's it. That's all I can see. Well, and a couple of Apple products. No one cares about those. They're evil. And there you go. We've got Stevie in the pits. So where's he going to come out? Next to JTX. They weren't far apart on the track. Stevie Styler, he's getting the fuel putting in right now. It says Jam has gone ahead. Oh, Jam has gone ahead of JTX. JTX had to pay a penalty. So JTX falling down to 4th. Skyjacker looks like he's getting ahead of Stevie Styler. Stevie Styler's just coming out of the pit lane now. Behind Skyjacker. Yeah, he's topped up though. Soft tyres, I think that's it till the end of the race. These guys ahead of him will definitely need to pit. What, 20 minutes, half a tank? Oh, that's marginal. JTX is marginal. Jam Huntington will definitely pit. And if JTX is marginal, so's Matt Psycho, and Casper is going to have to pit quite soon. So, interesting tactics, Casper there. He's really weaned that out. Can't remember his last pit stop, but he's gone 33s, dabbed into a 34 once. Well, that might be the pit stop. He did come in and fly straight back out again. It was a real weird one. Just changed his tyres, no fuel. And here he looks like he's going to be coming in at the end of this lap. Matt Psycho just going across the line to post a... Oh, he's already done it, 33.351. He's 23 seconds ahead of Jam Huntington. Jam Huntington now is 3 seconds virtually ahead of JTX. But like I said, I believe these guys will have to pit. Stevie Styler definitely won't have to pit. So Stevie is looking good, I think. Putting my neck on the line, Stevie Styler looks like he's good for that last podium position. Jam Huntington gets to use the lights on the side of his car. Ooh, let's have a look at him. Yay. Although, saying that, Jam finished 3rd last week. So yeah, he's used them already. I am full of it. Skyjacker pitted. Skyjacker in the pits. This will be his last pit of the race, we think. Jim on Wise got ahead. Koikar just getting ahead. Koikar will have to make a pit stop though. At some point. Noxie looking like he's getting ahead as well. Half a tank fuel. Not sure about Noxie. Oh, Skyjacker looks like he's coming out just at the same time as Noxie. They're alongside each other, but Skyjacker is going to get into the chicane first. Or deep. No, he's not. Looks like cheeky Noxie drove around the outside of him. And now Noxie up to 8th. Skyjacker down to 9th after his pit stop. Wow. Interesting. So does Noxie have to pit again? We've got 17 minutes left of racing. I can't tell on half a tank of fuel. I don't think he might not have to pit again. So Skyjacker might have to drive past him for that position, but then Skyjacker's really topped up of fuel, so maybe you need a full tank. It's hard to say, not with the way Casper's been eking it out. So Noxie ahead of no, not for long. Skyjacker has just moved ahead of Noxie. It seemed quite easy. Looked like Noxie pulled it over for him. But Skyjacker on his way, 8 seconds behind Koi Carp, who will have to pit in the next lap or two. Jim One Wise, his tyres are looking a bit used. Probably will have to pit also, so that's another place Skyjacker might be able to get ahead of. Stevie Styler made that pit stop from third. We think he hasn't got to pit again. If JTX and Jam Huntington need to pit, they really should do it sooner rather than later to get onto the same fresh rubber that Stevie Styler's on. But I'm not sure. Definitely Jam Huntington's not going to get to the end of this. Oh, what was that? Oh, Jam Huntington making a huge mistake. Huge mistake. Letting JTX pull right up to him. And JTX making a similar mistake right now. These guys are pushing. They know Stevie Styler is on their case. They know Stevie Styler's just behind. He's not got any pit stops to make, and these guys, I believe, may have to. Not sure about JTX. He might not. I'm not sure. Do you think I'd know? Psycho, we've got 15 minutes left. Yeah, I think Matt Psycho will have to pit. Oh, Casper did pit. I said he was going to have to pit. He's come in. He's put half a tank of fuel in. When did he do that? On lap 27. I was a bit remiss there. I didn't watch him pit his car. I apologise. So Matt Psycho, 18 seconds behind the Flying Finn. But he's 27 seconds ahead of Jam Huntington. Jam Huntington, I think, will be pitting in the next lap or so, with only 15 minutes, 14 and a half minutes left of this race. JTX, yeah, he's going to have to pit, isn't he? These guys are going to have to pit, but we think Stevie Styler may not have to pit. So Stevie Styler is sitting good there for a third place. In sixth, Jim One Wise, we think is going to have to pit, and so will Koi Carp. Koi Carp probably will have to pit virtually at the end of this lap. It's just gone across the start straight, so confident that car can make another lap out of that. Ooh, that was slow, but maybe it's just coming out of the chicane. Skyjacker 5.7 seconds behind Koi Carp, but he's pulled 4 seconds out on Noxie. And Joker spinning top. He's running till the end. So this is what we're wondering. See, Matt Psycho has got the time behind him to be able to just turn everything down now. He's only on he's less than a quarter of a tank of fuel now. He nearly lost it in the first chicane there. Nearly lost it. So I think he's just going to go balls out, pit, and then come back out ahead. Jam is in the pits. JTX has stayed out. We're not sure. I don't think that's enough fuel. He had half a tank of fuel when there was 17 minutes left. There's only 4 minutes and he's used a quarter of a tank up already. So I think JTX will have to pit. So there goes Stevie Styler ahead of Jam Huntington. Jam Huntington just leaving, but Jim One Wise has got ahead. Jim One Wise will have to pit though. Excuse me. Oh, excuse me. Gosh. Excuse me. That's disgusting. It's just a little bit of windy pops. We all get it. I had a big fry up. That was very bacony. That was a meaty burp, you know. So Koi Carp in the pits with Noxie. Bit of a battle. Oh god, I'm going the wrong way. Noxie, there's Koi Carp coming out ahead of Noxie. Noxie's still in the pits. He's really topping up. Don't need that much fuel. It's only 12 minutes, Noxie. He's topped it right up. So CPI Casper. We're 12 minutes left of racing. He's 19's Matt Psycho. Has pitted like we said he might have to. JTX still out there, but he definitely will have to pit. And behind him we've got Stevie Styler, only 2.1 seconds, whom doesn't have to pit. Now, no, he's way too far. Matt Psycho's back out, way ahead of JTX. So up at the lead there, Casper in a league of his own, whilst Matt Psycho is in a league of his own. And then the rest of these guys, there's Stevie taking his third place back off JTX. Can Jam, we saw Jam making a small mistake on his in lap. So is he done enough to stay ahead of JTX? JTX is fueling up right now. There goes Jam along the start straight. Jim on Wise has also come in. There goes JTX, he's going out. Skyjacker is he's gonna get ahead. Oh, that's Quickheart, not new person. So the Skyjacker has got ahead of Jim on Wise. Quickheart just coming around the parabolic. Can he get? No, there comes Jim on Wise, leaving the pit lane now. Stay ahead of Quickheart and just behind Skyjacker. Then 10 minutes to go. Well, 10 minutes and a bit. 10 minutes some change to go. We can see Casper coming across. Is that JTX? Is he already up to JTX, or is that Jim on Wise? Yeah, it's Jim on Wise, sorry. Yes, Casper lapping up to 7th place. It's not too bad, is it? It's only 3. There we see Casper going past Jim on Wise, who's 8 seconds ahead of Koikar and only 3 seconds behind Skyjacker. Anything could happen. Casper leading. It's from Matt Psycho. Stevie Styler taking that podium position back with a great strategy. Jam Huntington there, 14 seconds adrift and 8 seconds ahead of JTX. So JTX did pit. Quite a lot of fuel in. Be interesting to see what fuel's left at the end of this race. Skyjacker is getting lapped now. What's that by Casper? Yes, Casper coming across 6th place. So it goes to show how close Jim on Wise and Skyjacker are, because we've only just seen Jim on Wise getting lapped. So 66 car chasing down the 99 car. Whilst Casper obliterates all of his opponents. Let's have some whooshes. So we're going to the top. Whoosh. CPI Casper in the Toyota. He's got the fastest lap time of a 32.235. In 2nd place after nearly 50 minutes of racing is Matt Psycho in the Porsche, doing a great job in qualifying. It didn't look like he had the pace today, but he has definitely come back and shown that he is second to Casper. Stevie Styler, a great strategy again from Stevie Styler. He always comes up with interesting stuff in this racing, and he's 14 seconds ahead of Jam Huntington with a great. He only got 4th last week, didn't he? Him and Jam, they were dicing last week, I think. But Stevie Styler got 3rd in the first race, 4th in the second race, 3rd in the third race. So some great points had by Stevie Styler there. Whoosh, Jam Huntington in 4th, doing a great job. 13 seconds behind Stevie Styler in the end, but 9 seconds ahead of JTX, who he was racing not, what, 15 minutes ago. There we see JTX in the Audi, top Audi in the field. He's 13 seconds ahead of Skyjacker. I can't believe him, Skyjacker and Jam Huntington were really close together. Their strategies at one point put them all in the same place at the same time, and then they all sort of moved away with their strategies again. It's so bizarre how it's just so interesting how these races just, it kind of grows and it's moves around and it's trying to work out who is where. That's not going to help JTX, a big old penalty, and I'm not overly fussed about that. So Skyjacker is in 6th place, which is breaking his, he came 5th and 5th and now 6th, behind JTX, ahead of Jim One Wise, who's in 7th. Had a fantastic race so far. The sky helmet. In 8th, Koikarp finishing ahead of Noxie and Jokers. I thought Koikarp saw him have a spin early on in the first chicane. I thought his goose was cooked, but he's come back and he's got ahead of 2 people. So great racing from Koikarp there in the 23 Toyota. Noxie also in the Toyota there. 9 seconds behind Koikarp in the end. Started so well. Looked like this was the race for him, but something obviously happened to put him at the back. Jokers. He's done a good lap time of 33.844. By lap 30, it looks like he started getting the sus of this Porsche. But like I said, I had a quick go, and it's a monster coming out of corners. It really is. Applying the accelerator is so scary. So with only 5, nearly 6 minutes left of this race, Casper looks like it's all tied up in a neat little bow. 40 seconds ahead of Matt Psycho. Matt Psycho ended up 21 seconds ahead of Stevie Styler. Stevie Styler, great podium finish there. Saw him racing Jam, JTX and Skyjacker early doors. And he stayed out the longest, saved a bit more fuel, and it was enough to get him ahead of those guys. Jam Huntington just missing out on a podium today. He's not far, well, yeah, it's 14 seconds, sorry, off of Stevie Styler. Just on a 34.9. JTX, so close. He was on the podium at one point. I think maybe penalties was his issue today, getting a couple of penalties in key moments when you don't want to be lifting down the start straight, because it really does pain. It does really pain you when you do that. You lose more than what you're just shaking off. So it looks like JTX is getting lapped by Casper up to 5th. Can you lap yourself? I'm not sure. I think Casper's going to find himself going backwards. So Matt Psycho, Stevie, we've done all these. JTX, then Skyjacker in 6th, 7 seconds behind in the 99 car. Whoa, bouncing across the curbs. He's probably trying to get one last penalty before the end of the race. Something for me to do. 7th, Jim Wise in the second Audi. I'm sure he's probably happy not to be the only Audi driver out there now. Happy to see JTX, even though, and JTX only finishing 2 positions ahead of him, so you know, proves Jim Wise is doing the best you can do in that woefully powerful machine. Koikarp in 8th, doing a fine job. Looked like he was out, but he's come back. He's got ahead of Noxie and Jokers. So, oh, poor Noxie, having a bit of a moment there, but he's way ahead of Jokers, so no fear. Oh, Casper's nipped into the pits. Never mind, it doesn't matter. He's got 40 seconds. He's going to have chocolate hobnob this time, and a cookie. So there we go. Casper, one last pit stop, 3 minutes to the end. Is he going for fastest lap? It's just, he probably is. He's already got fastest lap, 32.235. He was low on fuel in all fairness, but I do wonder sometimes when he comes in for that last 2 minutes, puts some fresh rubber if he fancies going even faster. You reckon you get a 31, Casper? If you don't get a 31.8, then I am woefully disappointed in you, man. You didn't do your job today. Come on. What's wrong with you? You come here. If you're going to turn up every week, Casper, at least make the effort, alright? Don't just turn up, toodle around if you're not going to put in the effort. I want a 31.8 as a fastest lap. Go forth and do it. Second place is Matt Psycho. He's on a faster lapper right now. Third, we have Stevie Styler. Saw he had a great strategy. It's only 30 seconds now behind. Casper lost about 10 seconds in that pit stop. We've got 1 minute 39 seconds left, which is just around about a lap. And we have Casper coming around now to start this final lap after an hour of racing here at Monza. It's 28 seconds. 131.8, or you didn't try, Casper. That's what I'm saying. You should have used that other lap. Oh yeah, you've got a nice bit of boost. Oh, keep it tidy. Keep it tidy. I keep wanting to go around, but there's no one racing each other, so I may as well watch Casper try. Stevie in third. He's so beautiful and sexy. He is beautiful and sexy. Look at him. That's a fantastic car. It's great third place. So, how's Casper getting on with my fastest lap? Kicking up a bit of dirt. It's 40 seconds left. Has everyone got across the line to start the last lap? Looks like it. Yeah, looks like everyone's going to finish on the last lap. Well, except for them who've been lapped by Casper half the field. Here he goes. Oh, he's down. He's not going to be able to do it. Why bother? Hey, not even going to watch the end of your lap, Casper. It's not point. 31.8, Casper. Not 32.2. There we see the ticker just coming round to finish. And that is the end of the race. Ah, look, he's bailed out of it. Well done, Casper, although I think you could have tried harder. You could have got a 31. Not to take anything away from you. Great finish. There we see Matt Psycho coming. Honestly, no, I'm only jesting. Great win, Casper. Great lap time. Fantastic. 3 from 3. There is no stopping this man. He is amazing. And we see Matt Psycho whizzing around the Parabola car to come round to finish at great second place to add to his already 2 second places. Gosh, I bet he wishes that Casper would get poorly like Graham did. Alright, Graham, how's it going out there? And Stevie, your man Stevie Gray, here he comes. Look at that, perfect. Couldn't have got it any better. Look at that fuel, just enough. Just enough to get to the end, eh? Couldn't have called it any more. That's 38 laps of this beautiful track of speed. So, Stevie Styler on my list. Where would he be? He's there in third. So he finished in third. Jam Huntington now coming around to take 4th spot. JTX there in 5th. Not bad start from the Flying Fin around the Parabolica. He goes 6th for Skyjacker, 7th for Jim One Wise, 8th for Koi Carp, 9th for Noxie, and 10th for Jokers. What a lovely race. I really enjoyed myself. Congratulations, pole position, fastest lap, and the victory. Casper, honestly, there's a bunch of pictures. Can you click the pictures where the traffic lights are? Can you put the code in that you can read? Someone bot test that, man. Oh yeah, I want that. I'm hovering over it and I do want it because I have to look at everyone's time penalties. So let me take you to the race results. And there you go. Casper, a fantastic win. 24 seconds ahead of Matt Psycho. Couldn't have done any more. Well, he could have done a 31.8, but yeah, he did his best, I suppose. He tried. Stop chewing your nails. Matt Psycho came in second. That's for you lot out there on YouTube. It's my son as well, but I imagine half of you lot are finger eaters. Stop it. It's gross. Find something else to chew on. Pen lids. So, Matt Psycho in second. Third for the final podium, Stevie Styler. Take a boo, son. Taste the champagne. Stop eating your fingers. Jam Huntington in 4th. JTX in 5th. Skyjacker in 6th, Jim One Wise in 7th, Koi Carp is finished in 8th, Noxie in 9th, and Joker's 10th. Casper, well, he got you the fastest lap, but he could have gone faster, in all serious. So there you go, 132.235. But you know, really, I wanted a 31 and he didn't deliver. Thank you for viewing us. That was great. Keep an eye out. The GTMC will be out, round 4 will be out during the week. And we have Friday. Friday is a very special day now, because the MTCC is back. So if you close your eyes for the whole week and never look at a single thing, look at YouTube on Friday evening for the MTCC. It's our touring cars, and we love it, and it is disgustingly, ridiculously great for racing. Last week, race 1, let me just say, Skyjacker, Casper and Talleyrand, all 3 of them, final corner, final lap, alongside each other in the last corner. You could not get racing that close. So peace out to you guys. It's been great as always, and guess what? Because that bloody car still isn't built at work, this supercar of all supercars that I'm meant to be involved with, I have got to go to work after this. So whilst you lot just chill out with your Sunday evenings watching bloody, what was it, Heartbeat, I think we used to watch when I was younger. Heartbeat, why do you miss when my baby kisses me, with Nick Berry. Okay, stop messing around, McCartney. Let's crack on with this. So yeah, check our website, www.virtualracersclub.co.uk. Join the Discord. Come and tell me how bad I am. I asked you all to put dick cheese or some knob cheese on the commentators corner, and one of you bothered. So I'm not asking none of you for anything anymore. Balls to you. I'm not asking you. So I was your commentator, Harry Bolzak, and I had a ball. Come again on Friday and again here on Sunday. Great racing from the Virtual Racers Club. Bye.